Hey guys, Prowl 1701 here, and today we are continuing our ranking of Doctor Who, the season/series from worst to best, and today we are on number 37 on the list, and that is going to be season 23, The Trial of a Time Lord, the first classic Doctor Who season we've gotten to on this list. I do think season 23 is the weakest of classic Doctor Who's run. It's not to say I don't like some of the episodes, I do. Part of it's just the fact that the concept as a whole I don't like. I know it was supposed to reflect what was going on with Doctor Who at the time. I think that was a mistake. I wish they had just done some of the stories they originally had planned. I know basically the episode count got cut in half. I wish they'd just done half of the stories they were planning to do. The problem with these episodes is a lot of the times, right when the plot's getting going, it cuts back to the trial and takes you right out of it. And the trial scenes, especially in the first three stories, oftentimes suck. Especially with the Sixth Doctor constantly calling the Valley Yard the Brickyard or the Boat Yard. It's so childish and silly and immature. I do like the Sixth Doctor himself, the version of him in season 23 better. He's a little more calm, and I like how he treats Perry a lot better. Him and Perry have a better rapport. I enjoy that. Michael Jaston, is that how you say his name? He's great as the Valley Yard. Linda, is that her name? Linda, the woman playing, the one running the court proceedings, Bellingham, or I can't remember her exact name. She's great at that. I really like her in that. And we have Brian Blessed in an episode. That's awesome. I love me some Brian Blessed, even though I don't like Mind Warped. And then we have Seal back, and I like Seal, which again, I don't like Mind Warped, but I like having Seal back. Those are two of the things that make Mind Warped at least watchable. Now, I love Mysterious Planet. I've talked about that before. I mean, it's not like one of my top tier Doctor Who episodes, but I do like it a lot. It has some really good incidental music, which I enjoy. The robot designs are classic Who-y. The whole thing about the planet actually being Earth is cool. I like having, I can't forget his name. My mind just blanked. The kind of Han Solo guy, my mind is just blank. I cannot remember Tony's character's name. I talk about him all the time. I love his name, but I can't remember him. I can't remember his name. It blanked right out of my head. But y'all know who I'm talking about in Mysterious Planet. The thief guy. How can I not remember? It begins with an S. I don't remember. My mind's just completely blanked on it. But I love him in the story. I love when he shows back up in Dragonfire and gets to interact with McCoy too. The name's just right out of my head. But I love his character. I rave about him all the time. Tony did such a good job playing him. But I just like Mysterious Planet. I don't know why. Because I found it pretty forgettable the first time I watched it. Because when I first got the box set, I completely skipped over it. It wasn't until I went back and rewatched it. I was like, man, this is good. So I really do enjoy Mysterious Planet. Mind Warped is my least favorite. It's the only one I just out and out don't like. As much as I like having Seal in it and having Brian Blessed in it, I just don't like it. I don't like what happens with Perry. I'm glad they retconned that. I never liked Perry dying there, because for me that would make the Fifth Doctor's sacrifice to save her in caves redundant. It would make it not matter. Well, he did all that in caves to save her. Yeah, she died like a couple seasons later anyway. Big deal. So I'm glad they retconned that. Although I have to admit, Nicola Bryant does some great acting there when she's Kev or whatever his name is, when he's taking over her body there. She does some great acting there. That voice she does, I like when they joke about, that's actually her real voice, but you don't know she's using her real, that's funny. But she does some great acting there. That could be her actual best performance in the show. She does that really well. But I just don't get into Mysterious Planet. Terror of the Vervoids, I like. I don't love it, but I like it. The idea of the plant life being humanoid and running around, I like that. Now, the design of the outfit it has that one little issue, which is just unfortunate. And it's one of those things, once you see it, you just can't unsee it. And there's no way that was done by accident. There's no way. Somebody snuck that past the censors. I like that it has the one lady in it. I know she was a very famous actress. I forget her name. I don't like how her death in the episode happened because it's kind of pointless. She just goes over to talk to them even though the doctor tells her not to, and they kill her anyway. Kind of pointless. But I do like that episode. It's fun. It's an episode with Mel where Mel doesn't annoy me. So it's got that going for it. Or at least it doesn't annoy me a lot. I haven't watched it in a minute. But I like it. Overall, I like it. I like watching some of the people who deserve it when they get killed. And there's a couple little subplots going on in it too that I enjoy while the main stuff's going on. And then I also like the trial-less version of it that's on the season 23 box set. I like the fact that this is filmed in such a way that they were able to edit out all the trial scenes, and you can still watch this as a complete story. So you're not having to just watch it as a segment of Trial of the Time Lord. If you just want to watch a standalone version of Terror of the Vervoids without all the crap, you can do that. They need to do a version of Flux like that, where I can watch an episode of, where I can watch a cut of Village of the Angels with all the Flux crap, or the Suntaran thing with all the Flux crap. Both those episodes will be good then. So it's nice to have Terror of the Vervoids with all the trial crap cut out. I like that. And some updated effects, which are... I love the new intro, though. The new intro they do for that looks phenomenal. It's like the 6th Doctor intro and the Russell T Davies intro had a baby, and it looks phenomenal. I wish they would do that for more of the ones that had updated effects, where they'd have custom intros as well. I really wish they'd do that. And then Ultimate Foe, I like. I think part 1 is stronger than part 2. Of course, part 1 was the final episode written by Robert Holmes before he passed, sadly. And it's a good, strong start. I still think Pip and Jane Baker's part 2 does well enough, especially when you take into account all of the behind-the-scenes stuff that went on with getting that last episode made, episode 2 of Ultimate Foe, all the stuff with Eric Sayward and Edward Sayward being upset and then leaving and quitting and not letting them use his script, and Pippi and Jane just having to write it from scratch really fast. I think it comes out pretty decently, and I'm glad they went with the happier ending. As much as I love Bob Holmes, I would not have liked to have gone with that cliffhanger ending, because I think J&T was right that the higher-ups who wanted to kill the show would have had a perfect excuse to kill the show. I see exactly his reasoning there, and I agree with him to go with the kind of happier they want ending. And the ending's still not the best. Carrot juice, carrot juice, carrot juice. Famous last words. But yeah, just overall, it feels like a clunky season. It feels like a season that doesn't know what it wants to do. I mean, obviously, they had a plan for what they were trying to do with it, with it mirroring what was happening with Doctor Who in real life, but it feels like it doesn't know what it wants to do. And anytime you get invested in the story, it zips you back out to the trial stuff to suck you right out of the story. And I don't like all those cliffhangers of Colin Baker's face. Where it does that weird zoom in crap. Yeah, season 23 is a mess. Like I said, there's only one bad episode in it, I think, and that's Mind of Evil. Not Mind of Evil, I love Mind of Evil. Mind Warped. I really like Mysterious Planet. I really like Terror of the Vervoids to a lesser extent, and I enjoy Ultimate Foe. Just as a whole, it feels clunky and thrown together to me. So I'd like to know what you think of season 23, so comment down below and let me know. I want to give a shout out to Paul Bailey. He's actually doing a series like this himself. He's the one who came up with it and gave me the idea for it. I want to give him some props. I also want to give a shout out to Stephen Crane, one of my top tier patrons. I appreciate his continued support, as I do all of my Patreons. If you would like to support me on that, there's a link to that down in the description below. Or if you want to help me out, just click that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, click that subscribe button. That helps me out, and I appreciate it. I also have a P.O. box. If there's anything you would like to send me, anything you want me to review or talk about, that's down there as well, as is a link to my Amazon wish list, which I update regularly. Most importantly, though, thank you for watching.